Please start by introducing yourself.
Hi, my name is Michael Searle. I'm the president of the Tampa Bay Fossil Club. We're running Fossil Fest here this weekend, March 15th and 16th in Tampa at the Florida State Fairgrounds. It's our 38th show. We're 38 years into this. We have a Fossil Club in Tampa. We meet at USF once a month, except for summer. We're off during the hot months, June, July, and August. We bring in speakers from all over the country to speak on different areas of paleontology. And we do a lot of field trips, camp trips, and just kind of get together and talk about paleontology.
How did your club come to be? Who founded it exactly from the beginning?
Well, that's a good story. So back in the early 80s or the early 90s, there was a big, famous or important fossil site found down in Ruskin called the Lysis Shell Pit. And the people who found it used the Tampa Bay Science Club to help as volunteers to run the dig. And they found there was so many people who liked fossils specifically that they branched out of the Science Club and started the Tampa Bay Fossil Club. And that's how we got our start.
And what about Fossil Fest? How did that start?
Fossil Fest started shortly, maybe a couple years into the show. It's a tradition for fossil clubs and rock clubs, science clubs to have a fair. They used to call it the Fossil Fair, the Rock Fair, the Gym Fair. And so we just followed that tradition and started a fossil show. We changed the name of it to Fossil Fest 10, 15 years ago. It kind of sells a little better, and we've done pretty well.
How did your love for fossils start? How old were you?
Oh, I was an older teenager, and other interests kind of kept me away from it for a while. But I had a friend show me a box full of shark's teeth one time, and it intrigued me. And that's kind of a gateway fossil for a lot of people, shark's teeth. And I started going out to Venice and collecting them, and just expanded from there. Peace River, started scuba diving for fossils, and my wife and I have been doing it now for 30 years.
Do you ever get worried going in the river because of alligators?
Well, you're probably going to get hurt with something besides alligators, but there's alligators there, and you shouldn't go around big alligators. But they're not a huge concern. We put thousands and thousands of people in the river without any incident of alligators. The people who do have problems with alligators are diving in areas, usually scuba divers, and they're going to places where you probably shouldn't go. I mean, it's clearly obvious there's a lot of gators here. They're big gators. There's no issue with that.
When you're not doing this, what do you do for a regular job?
I was a union president for the last 20 years of my career. I'm retired. My wife and I retired about 2 years ago. So this is our main hobby. It always has been. Fossils, running the Fossil Club, traveling for fossils. We go to Nebraska 2 or 3 weeks a year to hunt fossils out in the Badlands. And it's been our main hobby in life.
Now, does Fossil Fest happen every year here at the Florida State Fairgrounds?
We've been to the fairgrounds for at least 15 years now. Yes. And it's every spring, every March. Usually the second weekend in March.
Now, how far does people travel to be a vendor here? Is it just in Florida, or is it from other states?
There are people from mostly southern states. There's people here from Georgia and Alabama, South Carolina. Typically people from the South. But we are the largest show. We're the largest fossil show in the South. We're the largest amateur fossil club in the country for amateurs.
For kids who want to start fossil collecting, any advice?
Yeah, well, you have to get started on what you have available. So if you're in Florida, you're in one of the greatest places in the country to find fossils. All of our rivers, creeks, construction sites, if you're allowed to go on them, have fossils.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I seem to see fossils and rocks less. Because I'm originally from north, and I see fossils. I can go out in my backyard and just find them, but I don't seem to be finding them here. But I'm probably just not going to the places that you could find them at.
Well, all of the rivers are loaded with fossils. Fossils are not rare in Florida at all. But the Peace River is not dammed, so it flows empty for a good part of the year during the dry season. So you can walk in up to your knees, take a screen and a shovel to screen the sediments, and you'll start finding shark's teeth immediately. You can dig shark's teeth all day long.
Okay.
But people find elephant stuff. They find carnivore stuff. There's other fossils as well. But shark's teeth, you start off digging. I wouldn't even have to show you how to do it. I can just tell you, get a screen, get a kitchen colander, a small shovel, go dig a few scoops in the Peace River, and you'll start pulling shark's teeth out immediately. They're that common.
I heard some places you need permits
to
do that?
And we have the University of Florida here. They are the state repository for official fossils in Florida. And they are issuing permits over here for $5 a person. And you get a permit, you hunt fossils all year. At the end of the year, you fill out your Fossil Club permit. I'm sorry, your Fossil Club report, and you submit it, and they clear it. And technically, the state already owns all the fossils in every navigable river in Florida. So they allow us to go hunt them, And if they don't want any of them for scientific reasons, not monetary reasons, but if they're not scientifically important, they clear your report and keep all the fossils you found. And it's actually an honor. If you find something that they want, it's not because it's expensive, it's because it's scientifically valuable.
How does it go with artifacts like Native American or anything like that?
Whole different game. They're illegal to pick up.
So if you see when you're supposed to leave it?
See it, leave it. In the state waterway. If it's on private property, you can pick it up. If it's on land, the artifacts are the artifacts are owned by the landowner. So if you own property and you dig up artifacts on it, they're yours. You own them. But in the river, the state owns the river, and you find them there, it's illegal to pick them up.
Now, Florida was underwater when dinosaurs were around, right? So there'll be no dinosaur fossils, correct?
No dinosaur. The closest dinosaur was found up in Alabama somewhere.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you. This is really cool. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.